Another drill that can be utilized, as I spoke about earlier, was different ways of getting out of your back pedal and braking on the ball. Here Coach Hayes, a former secondary coach for the Washington Redskins, working with some athletes at the Senior Bowl, defensive backs in which they're backpedaling, bailing, and then speed turning, braking on 45. As discussed earlier, you can do this without throwing the ball, but you can add in throwing the ball also, get the footwork down, and then driving and finding the football. Backpedal, bail, and then give the indicator opposite that direction, and then get a speed turn, pick up the football, and make the catch. Drive the hips open, plant, and wheel, get the head around quickly to find the football. Snap the head. Another drill similar to that is where we're going to backpedal, bail, and then plant and drive out of that in the opposite direction like we're braking on an out cut. Here you can see the surface here is a little slippery, in which you also they got to keep their feet underneath them, plant and drive on 45 and pick up the football. All right, so we're going to backpedal, bail, plant, and drive in the opposite direction of which they bail. This is another way of working on braking on the ball in a similar situation to you may get in a game situation. You've got to practice all these different breaks. You can do these without throwing the ball, and then again throwing the ball to work on completing off the drill. These are all good footwork drills. You can put them in various situations which are going to end up in a game. Braking from a straight back pedal, braking from a weave, braking from a bail, braking across your hips in the bail, braking from a bail and a speed turn, all different directions, as well as braking on individual routes. All these things can be worked on to simulate the breaks that they're going to have to make and practice their footwork, so we get into a game situation, they're all set to do that. And make sure they're in good body position. That's a knee bend, waist bend, eyes to the side of the football, neck bull, eyes up. All right. And on the whistle or indicator from the coach, they're going to reach up, drive their arms up, grab cloth, roll their hips, and drive their feet. Here's a reverse angle of the whole thing. We're fitting in neck bull, drive the arms, roll the hips, arch the back, drive the feet. He's going to get his neck bull and eyes up. Got good roll of the hips though. Good roll of the hips, good arch of the back as he drives them back. See him bring his arms and grab cloth in behind. The next part of our tackling progression is our two-step approach, in which we're going to put the partners about arm's distance apart. We're using bags, so we're not padded up yet. This is a good progression, and before you even put pads on, we're going to use a hand shield. We told the defenders right now the ball is in their right hand. They're going to slide their face to the side of the football on the whistle or indicated by the coach. They're going to roll their hips, arch your back, drive your feet, try to grab cloth in behind. All right, now you can do this one at a time, or we've got some more experienced players here. I'm trying to get 4 of them going at a time just to conserve some time. But again, initially starting out, people in tackling, you are making sure that from a safety standpoint that they're all doing this properly. So you may want to go, one at a time and get a look at everybody. You can make the necessary corrections that you have to. We'll go with both the right side and the left side if we have time. Again, everybody get a chance at this. Rolling hips, driving it back. Two-step approach. Next thing we'll do is we'll do an angle tackle, right, where we're going to have the ball carrier come on a 45-degree angle. We're going to shuffle downhill without crossing our feet. We'll start on his inside number, work our face across, hips around, and drive it back. All right. We've got to get, once we get our head across, we've got to work to get our hips around to take it back. Slide our face, eyes up. You got to see what you're hitting. We want to shuffle downhill. All right. This guy in the second from the left here is not correct. He's shuffling laterally. We want to cut the angle down by coming downhill as we go. Head across and then hips around to take it back. It's not enough just to make, you've got to get the head across, otherwise it's going to be strictly an arm tackle. Once we get the head across, now we've got to work to get the hips around to be able to take it back. Keep saying the same things over and over again. Head across, hips around, roll the hips, drive it back. They've got to run their feet on contact. All right, we want to accelerate through the hit. Run their feet on contact, eyes up, roll the hips, and drive it back. It's our angle tackle approach. So the next part. This progression of our tackling progression would be a veer tackle, in which we're starting, the ball carrier starts back, approaches the bag, makes one move, breaks on a 45 about 2 yards away. We're having him go right for the corner of where those lines intersect. All right, the defender's got to get fire to his feet, watch the belt buckle to see which direction he's moving, and work our angle tackle drill from there. So I get the head across, hips around, and take it back. Ball carrier make one move, roll the hips, it's a good arch to the back, drive your feet, make sure the ball carriers are coming tight on this, not to go too wide. We want to take a little bit of an approach to it, so they got to gather their feet, watch the belt buckle, want to kind of gain ground as they shuffle downhill. Head across, hips around, he overruns that one a little bit there. We want to make sure we don't overrun this thing, work from on his inside number, and then slide the face across, hips around, eyes up. Got a bullet neck, keep the eyes up as we go. Just want to make this a tackling drill, not a ball carrier drill. Give him one step, we're not trying to fool him, but really he's got to focus in on the belt buckle. Now you can get the hips head across, he's got to fight to get his hips around. He's working to get his head across, and he's got to fight harder than that to get his hips around and take him back. Make sure we don't